Hello and welcome to the next Lukozer retro game review video, and for this one we are still on the good old Commodore 64. This is Zone Ranger, which was released by Activision in 1984. 84 seems to be quite the watershed year. When I look at a lot of the games that came out in 84, this was when, games stopped being extremely basic and simple. We weren't just getting Pac-Man or Space Invaders or Frogger or whatever clones. We were starting to get much more involved games that also looked more impressive. We had Penetrator, which I did in the last video. Of course, 84 was also the year Impossible Mission came out. It was also the year that Elite made its debut on the BBC Micro. And then there's this one. Now, obviously, if you weren't around in the time, you're probably looking at this thinking there is nothing special here. But, I mean, multicoloured sprites and plenty of them. And a large 360-degree playing area. Yeah, this was something that you didn't get all that often in video games of 84. Anyway, let's get a game underway, and hopefully I can describe this while I am attempting to play it. Now, I warn you now, I was never particularly good at this game, but right, here goes. So the idea of the game is to destroy the various nodes here in each level. That thing I just picked up, which has caused that white bar to appear, is limited invincibility. Now the like lasers that are constantly going through each of the nodes, that is a guide telling you if there are, any more still to go. So the fact that the lasers have now stopped coming along the vertical tells me that there is no more in that particular section, but there are going to be some more here. So I need to clear this section out. Now obviously the asteroids there, you need to avoid them. If you shoot them, they will split apart. There's another limited invincibility, I'll have you. These things here, just below my ship that you keep seeing, they will warp you to other areas of the level. Grab that one again. If you shoot the... right, so I've gone through one of the warp points there. If you shoot the asteroids, they will break apart. And then you need to take out the the smaller pieces. I'm trying to see how many more of these nodes I still have left to destroy. The ship is controlled in pretty much the same way as your ship in... I've no idea what that thing there does. Someone can remind me, I appreciate it. Anyway, yes, the ship is controlled in much the same way as your ship in asteroids. Fuck it. There is a time limit. You do lose a life. You can hear my time limit is getting very low. I've got the warning siren telling me. Where the fuck is it? I think there's only just one last node to go. If the time limit runs out, it's game over, as you can see. But when you start the next life, the time limit now is reset to maximum. There we go. So that's stage 1, level 1 completed. You get a bonus of 2 points for every well, it's not a second of time, but for however much time you've got left. So because the time limit had only just been reset, I got quite a hefty bonus there. So on to level 2. quite fancy getting that. Yep. Yeah. So I really concentrate just on taking out the nodes. I'm not all that interested in anything else that shows up. That's not to say though that there isn't much else that does show up. Believe me, there are quite a few things that come along. So right, that's that vertical part done. Let's head over to the next next lot of nodes. Now the screen obviously does wrap around, so you can eventually, you will eventually just loop round to the previous section. There's still another one on this vertical. So that enemy ship there. Yeah, getting bonus for taking him out. Still more here. I'm doing a lot better on level 2 than I was on level 1. Right, that's that vertical part done. Fucking hell. Come on. There we go. Still one more. Or at least one more. Oh, there's a few. Right. No, that's it. Right. Yeah, nowhere near as big a bonus. Level 3 is a bonus level. You need to complete this in one life. There you go, bonus round. If you lose a life here, it then takes you straight on to level 4. That does of course mean that you also need to complete it before that time runs out. Farting about like this doesn't help. These green laser things that are indicating where the zone boundaries are, yes, you can fly through them no problem, but in later levels they then fire red and they will destroy you. So yeah, you gotta be seriously careful when you get to those. I know that happens on level 7. Shit, I didn't really want to do that, but yeah, so I know the zone boundaries, yeah, will destroy you on level 7, but I don't know if they come along sooner than that. I'm actually doing okay to know I'm not flying to that. There's still one more on this vertical. There it is. Right, that's that vertical done. But I am taking a while to do this level, so I don't think I'm gonna make it in time. Oh, fucking hell. Right, still some more on this vertical here. Still one more. In fact, maybe more than one, but there's at least one. Yeah, still at least one more. That's it. That's the level done. Alright, on to level 4. This is where things get a bit tougher. You have these ships flying around here that are trying to destroy you. Some ships, like that one I took out there, when you destroy them, they just go. But some, as you just saw there, the explosion sends debris out. You've got to avoid that debris as well, because that will destroy you. So these from here onwards, these are the sort of levels where you may want to start using those warp holes. There's another kind of warp hole which which is square. That one will actually warp you out of the level completely and onto the next stage. Actually, it walks you through the various stages. So you could end up, for example, if you start on level 1 and you go through one of those, it will take you to level 7. It is quite generous with the extra lives, but then you do fucking need them. You get an extra life each time you pass 1,000. Oh, come on. Now this warp hole here, I'll go through this one. This takes you into a maze. The maze is, the difficulty of the maze varies depending on which level you're on when you go through them. You get bonus points for picking up the dots, which I assume are supposed to be some sort of like power areas or something. Now that red barrier there will destroy me if I hit it. Rather handy. I'm trying to pick up this. The other thing is, you'll notice the time limit is still going down. So you need to, that's an exit there, I'll go through it. So you need to get through that maze section pretty quick because it's using the same, it's using up the same time limit that you have to try and complete the level itself. So yeah, this is where the game does start to become quite frantic. So I've got the alert coming up there. I don't know why. That was really cuntish. I'm thinking the alert is there because I am low on time. So I wasn't that low and the alert has gone now, so... Yeah. Oh, bollocks, I did not want to go through that. Right, so I'm on to my last life already. You can see, I wasn't joking when I said the game does get quite tough once you reach like level 4. It's, fucking hell, pretty chaotic stuff. Oh, fuck it. That's game over. So, well, there we go. Alright, so what I will do, we'll start another game up and we'll get the review underway. So, graphics. I think the graphics are pretty good actually. They may be somewhat small, but they are multicoloured. Done a really good job of them, I think. Especially for a 1984 game. Or at least for an early video game. Let's go into the maze again. Sound effects, or audio in general, there's no music at all, well, not unless you consider that jingle when you pick up the limited invincibility to be music. Fucking yes, just get on with it, there we go. Otherwise, yes, it's just purely sound effects. The sound effects are adequate, they're not anything revolutionary, but they do the job, Fucking yes. I can see I'm fast remembering now why I always used to ignore the fucking maze sections. Let's just get out the first exit we find, because I'm just wasting my fucking time limit here. There we go. There's another invincibility thing, but I can't fucking get it. There we go, right. Right, so graphics and audio done, and the gameplay, I think the gameplay is fantastic. This is a great shooter. I've been a big fan of this game actually for years, but it's one of several games where even though I really liked it back in the day, I completely forgot what it was called So I couldn't remember, you know, I couldn't go after the, you know, couldn't do a video review of it because I couldn't even remember the fucking name of it. Then I just happened to stumble across a video of it on YouTube, and as soon as I saw it, that's one of the warp holes that will send you on to, yeah, from this level, it will send you on to level 7. So yeah, as soon as I saw the YouTube video, I just thought, right, that's it, I remember that game, I've got to do that one. So here I am. So what do I score it? Well, it's such a decent shooter. I've got to give it 9 out of 10. I think I just think it's a superb game. Right, on to level 2. Now, when this game first came out, it was released as a cartridge game, but it was later released on cassette and disc. Oh, there we go. I think the re-release was actually a pretty good idea because cartridge-based games in the early days, anyway, of the Commodore 64, were not that popular because they were more expensive than cassette. They were generally about 15 quid, whereas full-price games on cassette around that same time were usually about 8 or 9 quid. And they were also notoriously unreliable, so yeah, they were not very popular. That then changed when you cunt. Cartridges started being used again quite a bit later on. Games like, actually, it was Ocean who did a lot of cartridge-based games, but much later on in the Commodore 64's lifetime. It was around the time when the Amiga was already entering the mainstream and was, yeah, there were far more Amiga games being sold than Commodore 64 games by that time. But yeah, there was nothing new about cartridge-based games. Cartridge-based games for the Commodore 64 were there right from 1982. But yeah, notoriously unreliable and expensive, so they weren't overly popular. So you almost get the impression that Activision knew that this game was decent. So by re-releasing it on disc and cassette, it meant that yeah, more people were actually able to play it, so they too could see that it was a decent game, which it is. It's a great shoot 'em up. Fucking hell, it's just that I'm not exactly great at it. So yeah, completely fucked up level 3, no bonus for that one, so now we go straight into level 4. So I've got as far as I did in the on my first go, but I haven't scored anything like as well. Fuck it! I've only got 2 lives left as well. Oh, for fuck's sake. I think I just got an extra life there, didn't I? Because yeah, I just passed 2,000. Oh, I need that, yeah. Right, this vertical actually is done. So let's go on to the next location. There we are. Oh. Okay. Oh no! Oh Jesus fucking Christ! Oh! Okay, that vertical's done as well, so let's go and try and get to the next horizontal. And yeah, fucked it. There you go. So yeah, well, that is Zone Ranger. I'm a big fan. Say 9 out of 10. I think it's a superb shooter. If you haven't played this game before, then you know you got to give it a go. Simple as that. It's a superb game. So that brings this review to an end, and we will see you at the next one.